As you may have heard, the Supreme Court just came down with a decision today that virtually eliminated the use of race-based programs to evaluate students for college admission. And if you're watching the news at any length, you're seeing a number of talking heads, a number of people giving their opinion about what they might think this means. And I have to tell you that coming from my perspective, and that is the perspective of someone who coaches parents and students to ensure that they can not only obtain a college education debt-free, but our objective is to have your son or daughter graduate with a profit. The Supreme Court decision, though it is a very impactful decision, it only has impact if you allow it to have impact. And by that I mean, yes, they are now, from a university perspective, not allowed to use race-based evaluations directly in making an admission decision. But whether you come from the side that says, yes, I agree with the decision or I don't, that's not what's most important. What's most important is that you understand as a parent how you need to leverage this information to help your student. And I wanted to give you a few ideas to help you do that. Here's why the decision does not and should not matter too much to you. Number one, I'm going to suggest that you first focus on your child, not on the decision. In other words, turn the channel or turn the volume down, because what other people are saying is not as important as what you are doing. Regardless of what side of the aisle you find yourself on, are you doing the things necessary to make sure your son or daughter is adequately prepared for their SAT or ACT test? Do you know who the college access advisor is on your student's campus who holds all of the scholarship information? Do you know the platform that your son or daughter's school uses to house all of the scholarship information, so that when it's their time to make applications for not just admissions, but specifically to make applications for scholarships, they know exactly where to go get it? What I have found in working with many parents over the years is that they don't. They are honestly trusting the school to do their job for them. And that is something that we can no longer allow. So what I would suggest to you is, number one, turn the television off. The news is usually negative, so they're going to give you the negative version of the truth. If you hear that negative version, regardless of what your belief is about whether or not it was right or wrong, that negative version is going to impact your belief. That belief now will trigger a response, usually in the form of limited action. That limited action, can you guess what will happen? You will get limited results because you've taken limited action, and that limited result will confirm the negative belief. What I'm suggesting is turn the camera off, turn everything off. You don't have to be influenced by other people's opinion. By the way, think about this. Watch all of the news tonight or this morning in reference to the Supreme Court decision, and tell me what one piece of actionable advice did you receive to be of benefit to yourself or your son or daughter. And I can guarantee you it's nothing. So why waste your time looking at it and listening to it, or even arguing with someone about it, regardless of your opinion? What I'm suggesting is we turn all of that energy to our son or daughter so that we can assist them where it's going to have the most impact, rather than a decision that if we don't allow it to, will have little impact. So that's number one. Turn the channel. Focus on them. Learn the simple things that I just asked you. Get the answers to those questions. Who holds the key to the financial aid information at your son or daughter's high school? Regardless of whether you're homeschooled, you're in a private or charter school, or if you're in the public educational system, someone has that information. And if you don't know who, that's a problem. So let's stop watching about the Supreme Court decision and let's take action about something that's going to help our child. That's number one. Number two, I would say don't get lazy, but get focused. Now we want to be engaged. So if you're on one side that says, oh no, they've made this decision, so now potentially my son or daughter won't have the opportunity to go to a certain school, here's what I'm trying to explain. The school is not the asset. Your son or daughter is the asset. What that means is, let's ignore all of the excess noise and let's focus on the true asset in this equation, and let's make sure that they are built up, they are prepared, they are ready to take on college level courses and to be successful at the university level as a well-rounded student, not just getting into the program. My son is the asset, not the university. So regardless of whether he goes to Columbia or Texas A&M, or he goes to Duke or Harvard or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter because he is the true asset, not the school. I'm not investing in the school, I'm investing in my son. That is what needs to happen today. Lastly, number 3. If we've done that, if we've turned the channel and focused on our child, if we are not lazy but we're focused, the next thing I would say is very simple. All students have been potentially in some way affected by the decision, not just yours. The question is, the only reason they're going to be truly affected is if we don't take the time that we have now and make the investment. So we are now playing almost on a level playing field. My question is, what are you doing to make the playing field unlevel in the direction, in the favor of your son or daughter? Or are you talking about things to which you have no control, you have no influence, and that will honestly have little to no impact on your child's future? Let's refocus. Let's clear everything in our path that is not designed to focus on the true asset, and let's ensure that we are spending the time and the effort on not frivolous things, but that which is most important, and that is our son or daughter, and ensuring that they are prepared for this next step, regardless of what any Supreme Court may say. Now, I will say this. If you are watching this and this resonates with you, that your son or daughter is the asset, that you have the ability to help them, to coach them, to work with them, and to work with the school to ensure they can transition successfully to college, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be releasing a few videos in the coming days of a private closed-door session I did with SAT scholars. This is a session that I did exclusively for these students who are transitioning from their junior year to their senior year, and it was only for the SAT scholars. This is information that's going to help them build the right mindset and also the right strategic focus to ensure that they can not only graduate debt-free, but can graduate with a profit. Look forward to sharing more information with you on this channel. Welcome to Profit from College.